When it comes to purchasing a driver, many golfers get very picky about all the specifications that a golf club might have. For example, the first thing they're going to do is look at the head of it. The different designs, the shininess, what it's made out of, carbon, all these great marketing terms nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. This one looks nice and clean. I love the gloss here. The face looks great. Like the logo, it has a little yellow in here for like a racing stripe. Looks like a race car.
But also many golfers are going to look at the face to see how it looks, as well as what the golf club's going to look like at address from the top down.
Oh yeah, looking down on top of it, looking at it at address, nice little like checkerboard pattern. Sexy.
And some golfers will of course look at the grip to see if the one that comes standard is good enough or if it'll need to be replaced.
Oh, absolutely. These right here, Lambkin, Crossline 360, that's kind of a great standard one. It's my favorite standard one that comes with it. But if I want to upgrade it, I might even do like a Jumbo, like a Super Stroke I really like, and also the Jumbo grips as well as far as brand.
And possibly the most important, the shaft, making sure it aligns with your swing type and complementing your game.
Yeah, this one's a stiff.
Right, I understand, but what about the torque, and what about the launch, and the spin, and the kick point, and all the other factors that are so important?
Hey, listen, buddy, listen. You're using a lot of big words here, okay? And since I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect, all right?
Oh, goodness, dear Lord. Look, buddy, maybe you should stick to golf balls, okay?
That's what we're going to find out today, is just how important the golf shaft is. Now, I understand the shaft's important, and I already know that, but I've gotten fitted in the past for golf shafts. I actually went and did a whole Mizuno fitting a few years ago, and it didn't turn out great. And because of that, it's kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. And so my opinion on golf shafts has always been, yeah, sure. I mean, you need to get fitted once you get really good at golf, and once you're bending it left and right and all that. Yeah, you need to get the best performance possible. But I never thought that an average golfer or even a high handicap would ever really see any real benefit. Just my opinion. I haven't done any experimentation. I'm still ignorant when it comes to this, and so I'm learning. However, a few weeks ago, I kind of dove into this rabbit hole because I overheard a couple conversations at work about people talking about their shafts, and I was like, well, wait a minute. I said, I don't even know what shaft is on my driver at home. I couldn't even tell you. And insert my driver here, being the Cobra LTDX. Actually, I love the driver. It's extremely highly rated. Everyone seems to love it, but I've had it for a year and I can't seem to hit the fairway, and I think I might have found out why. We're going to find out in this video, but here's the shaft that came with that driver that I never paid any attention to. This is a Hazardous Smoke RDX. It is a low spin, low launch model. It is stiff, but I tell you what, I just have never had any luck with it, and frankly, I hit the ball low anyway. I need something that's usually a mid or a high launch, and so once I did a little research and found that out, I got to thinking and I thought, maybe it could possibly be my shaft. That'd be a good video. I could do an experimentation. And around that time, Next Round reached back out to me. Next Round is an amazing company that sells used golf clubs online. They actually take real pictures of the golf clubs, and it's my preferred method for purchasing them because they have all kinds of guarantees, and I know what I'm buying because I'm seeing a real picture of it. They also donate to First Tee, and they're heavily involved in charities with the PGA Tour, so it's a great company. And I bring this up because they helped me out, and we partnered with a video that I did with a 3-wood. It was a 3-wood experiment. They sent me one, and I tried it out. That video was a big success. I gained 10 yards compared to my old 3-wood. It was great. I hope a lot of you saw it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's awesome. But around this time, they reached back out to me and said, hey, would you want to do another video? We could partner and give you a deal on something. Do you see anything you would want? And I got to thinking, and I was like, you know what? You got any golf shafts? And sure enough, I found a shaft that is one of the best on the market, in my opinion, and that would be this one right here that's now on my driver. This is the Fujikura Ventus TR6 Extra Stiff. Now, this shaft in particular is a mid-launch low spin, which I think will work a lot better for me, but it's also one of the best shafts you can get on the market. Like I said, these retail $350 and go up from there. This is, tour issue. Is it possible maybe it's too advanced for me? I don't know. We'll find out. That's the whole point of the experiment of this video. So we're going to test that out and see, but my goal in this video is basic, right? And as the title said, is the shaft more important than the head? Without further ado, let's just get out there and test and let's find out. I'm going to hit 20 golf balls with each shaft, same head, same loft, and my goal is to find out what the spin is, what the distance difference is, but mainly what the dispersion is. Can I actually keep the fairway with this thing? And the goal of this video is also to provide how important is the shaft for just an average golfer? Is it something that really could change your game overnight? I mean, is it the difference between striping the fairway and being out of bounds? Or is it just kind of minimal and it's just, you know, it's for advanced golfers, like I said? Let's go find out. We have a Mevo Plus launch monitor. We have a Vice Pro Plus golf ball to test because I just recently did a golf ball test with it and it was phenomenal off the driver, really good dispersion, great distance. So I think that having that hot and ready is the best way to go. Let's get out there. I'm gonna hit 20 shots with each. We'll narrow them down to 10 and we'll see what we got. Hazardous RDX Smoke first. This is my old shaft. This is the one I've been trying to use for a while. Have not had very much luck with it. First shot, and there's the hook already, so have to keep an eye on that here. Really tried to get that one up in the air. Trying to tee the ball up as high as I can, just to get the most launch out of it. Oh, wasn't too bad. I mean, again, still a low draw though. Basically 260 total rollout. That's really good for me. I'm very happy where that's at. You know, a couple years ago, 230 was kind of my max. I've really come a long way, and so I'm very proud of that, but there's still some work to be done, you know? That might be the best drive I've ever hit in my life. I mean, 255 carry, 264 total rollout, 105 swing speed. If I hit that on the course with that, I'd be tickled pink. I'd be so tickled pink, I might duff the approach shot. You know what I'm saying? All right, that round is complete. We are now going to use the same settings and switch over to the new shaft. Well, first of all, that felt smooth. Second of all, that's now the best drive I've ever hit in my life. One swing. And it was a smooth swing just to get things started. I mean, oh my gosh, what a beautiful ball flight. Are you kidding me? 266 total? Like, this might be nasty, y'all. This might be nasty. Yeah, 261, and that was off the toe. That was a mishit. That was no bueno, but it turned out bueno. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Good Lord, that's beautiful. I'm gonna frame that and put it on the wall. Oh man, oh my goodness, the confidence already. I mean, that's 5 shots in, and every shot is a pipe down the fairway. Every shot is 260 plus. Like, this happens in golf a lot, guys. Like, you know how it is. You pipe a good drive, you hit a great approach shot, you get that little bit of confidence, and then you're like, oh my goodness, okay, you know, I'm hot stuff, let's go. That's how I feel right now because, I mean, just everything is right down the center of the fairway. Complete miss hit.
229.5 yards.
Okay, that's the first really bad one, but that's on me. I mean, that was a bad swing.
Carry is 264.2 yards. Ready.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, too much sauce. Too much sauce. 270 total rollout. Ball speed 160. Let me tell you something. 160 is the type of stuff I read in the magazines. I don't see that on this. Okay? I don't ever see that pop up or come close. I mean, I do a how far will it go during my golf ball reviews, and every once in a while I'll see 150, 151. You know, if I really catch a good ball, you know, right. 160? Good Lord. Let me go find my ball. Thank God it didn't go far, because I'll tell you what, screaming through that net, this thing could have been a couple neighborhoods over, so thank the Lord on that one. Okay. Wipe the dirt and grime off. Just every swing feels like I just hit the best drive of my life. I just can't get over it, seriously. Off the toe again, terrible strike. Unbelievable. Do you ever feel like you wasted several years of your life? I don't know, I mean, just random example, I don't know, would be like, let's say you review golf balls on the internet and you've been doing that for 5 years, and through that time you've gotten better at driver, but you're still not 100% with it, and eventually you spend some good money on a decent driver, and then you still can't hit it very well because it's low and it's left and you're always out of bounds, you're always out of play, everyone laughs at you, so you start to get self-conscious about it, so you start playing your 3-wood instead, because your 3-wood you can actually keep in the fairway, and everyone asks, hey, how come you're not using the driver? And you're like, well, I'd love to use the driver, but you know what, this is just a tighter court, and you make up all these excuses, and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, it was just because I didn't have the right shaft, because I had the shaft that was completely wrong for me, and now that I've replaced it, now all of a sudden I'm some swamp donkey missile driving straight down the fairway machine. Just me? I don't know. Complete mishit. It really does feel like I can't miss. I mean, it really does feel like, even when I just hit one, that one was off the heel almost. I mean, it was terrible, and I thought, nah, there's no way, and then still 246 carry. I mean, that's incredible. All right, so guys, that is my 15. Just for my golf ball addicts, I'm gonna do a how far will it go. So I'm gonna swing out of my shoes on this one. Pray for me, please.
Carry is 261.3 yards. Ready.
That's probably as good as I'll get it. So even with a how far will it go, 270, I'm happy. I'm so proud of that. I cannot wait to see these numbers. So obviously I am interested to see these numbers. As you can tell from just the old eye test, there was a huge difference. The amount of confidence I had right off the bat, just hitting that ball, looking back, seeing it straight down the fairway, seeing that distance, seeing the launch. I mean, wow, I was excited. I had goosebumps. I mean, I'm excited. I think this is going to be really interesting to see how these numbers are. So without further ado, I'm going to take you over to the computer and let's look at them.
All right, so looking at the 2 shaft options, you know, this is pretty cut and dry. You know, one thing I notice immediately, let's go ahead and get the negative out of the way. 2559 spin on the Ventus is a little higher than I would have hoped for. Maybe I wasn't hitting up on it enough. You know, there's maybe some tweaking I need to do in there. But I definitely like the spin number with the hazardous better. But across the board, everything is better. I got the little bit higher of a launch like I wanted with the Ventus. 5 mile an hour ball speed difference. I was able to swing the club faster. You know, smooth swings ended up 3 mile an hour higher. And then also look at the total distance. I mean, I gained 11 yards of carry. I only gained probably 8, about 8.5 somewhere in there yards of total, and that's because of that spin number. But regardless, I mean, that's incredible. Being able just to take the same driver head, the same club, but just switch the shaft out, and now all of a sudden I've gained basically 10 yards, and I've also gained 3.5 mile an hour of swing speed and 5 mile an hour of ball speed. You just can't beat it. So that tells me that shaft fitting is a little more important than I thought it was, and it also shows me just how important the shaft is. And if we come over here to our dispersion chart, this again is where the new shaft, the Ventus, just makes all the difference in the world. So if we look at the top one, which is the hazardous, the old one, this is the problem I have on the course. Now, if you do hit it correctly, if you look at all those shots on the right, they're all pushes, and that's the problem I seem to have when I'm actually playing out as a scramble or by myself. If I aim left, but I really push my swing out, I can get it to go straight for the most part, but it's a heavy, heavy push. I've got to aim left of the fairway and then push it over there. If I actually aim at the fairway or even aim at the right side of the fairway and I do my normal swing, I end up with what you're seeing on the far left, which is those 3 or 4 dots, actually it looks like 4, that are all draw, you know, low pulls, hooks, whatever you want to call them, and there's just no consistency there, and that's why I've struggled so much, because as you'll notice, there's no dots anywhere in between all of that. It's either a push right or it's a pull hook left, and there's no in between, and it gets so frustrating, and that's why I haven't been able to find the fairway, and it's been such a hard task to deal with for the past, almost a year now. But the new shaft, if we look at, first of all, Let's take the one push that's far right and the one left, pull aside for the moment. Let's just focus on the other 8 dots that are all right there in the center. I mean, that's right on the target line. That's me, gripping it and ripping it and just, confidently. You saw it out there. I mean, I just had this sense of confidence all of a sudden, and I was ripping it. And look at them all right down the center of the fairway. There's no distance dispersion. I mean, those are all just, it's like a machine almost. I'm so proud of that. But now if we take that far right, a push and that far left pull, those are still either close to the fairway or, maybe that pull is just slightly in the first cut, but I can deal with that. At least I know where my golf ball is going. The draw went a little tiny bit left. The push went a tiny bit right, but the majority of them are just a nice little, basic mid-flight draw right down the center of the fairway. And so that's where I'm seeing the biggest difference. And my goodness, I'm just flabbergasted at the difference between those two. And, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach to look up at that top one, because that's what I see on the course all the time. It's either a push right into the rough or I yank it, and I mean, my goodness, I'm out of bounds, whatever. So to have that one down below, I think this is going to be a serious game changer for me out on the course.
All right, so what does this mean for the average consumer for you guys? Well, for me personally, I never gave shafts much of a thought until now, and that's a night and day difference. That's significant. I mean, that takes a guy who couldn't find the fairway to save his life in a year. I think my fairway percentage is like 20% or something. It's bad. It's really bad. And now all of a sudden I have this confidence where I can't wait to get to the course. I can't wait to get there and test this thing out on the course. And I might even shoot a little video for that too. It's substantial. And, I would never have even thought about paying $350 for a shaft. I mean, luckily, thank you Next Round so much for hooking me up, because there's no way I could have been able to afford that. But I tell you what, if I had the money and if I was in a simulator or I was getting fitted and I saw those difference, I'd probably pay it. Like, I mean, if you're telling me I can hit the fairway 9 out of 10 times and then I'm going to see a 10 a yard difference, in my yardage, I probably would have paid it. I mean, I really would have. That's so substantial. I had no idea. What's even crazier is this bubble gets even bigger, because it's like, now I'm thinking about fairway woods. What shaft's on my 3-wood? When I had hybrids, I got fitted for those. That's why I always hit those hybrids really well from Mizuno's, because I was fitted for those hybrid shafts, and they were a very specific, different shaft. And that's a question I have for you guys. How many of you have come to me over the last few years and said, Nick, I just can't hit hybrids. I don't like them. Did you get fit for those hybrid shafts? Maybe you did, but maybe some of you didn't. I encourage every one of you at some point in your journey to go get fitted for a shaft and start thinking of that differently. When you go to buy a driver, a fairway wood, a hybrid, whatever, irons, wedges, I don't care what it is, next time you go, look at that shaft and pay attention to it. Do a little research, get that phone up. Hey, this shaft, who's it for? Low launch, not for me. High launch, not for me. Oh, hey, no, it's a mid launch. That's what I need. Pay attention to that, because it really could be the difference between being out of bounds and straight down the freaking fairway, baby. Guys, I hope I opened your mind a little bit. Some of you probably already knew all this and you're laughing at me, but I'm ignorant. We all, when you're self-taught, we all learn things at a different rate, and I'm just now figuring out about this, and I feel like a giant light bulb the size of Texas has gone off in my head. But I hope I changed some of your perspective, and I hope you learned something as well from this. Guys, thank Next Round as well, because Next Round did hook us up for this video and allowed me to do this test for you guys. They are an awesome company. If you need any golf clubs used or shafts or anything at all, click the link, take a look at what they got. I really appreciate it. As always, keep watching, keep saving, keep learning. Until next time.